Kilalanin natin ang official and updated projected complete lineup ng Brgy Ginebra para sa PBA 50th season. Point guards: John Nards Pinto, 5'11", 170 pounds, 34 years old, 3.3 points, 0.9 rebounds, 1.2 assists, 0.1 steal, 31% 3-point shooter, 100% free throw shooter in his PBA 49th Philippine Cup averages. Scottie Thompson, star player, 6'1", 180 pounds, 32 years old, 12.4 points, 6.8 rebounds, 5 assists, 1.4 steals, 0.4 blocks, 41% 3-point shooter, 62% free throw shooter in his PBA 49th Philippine Cup averages. Paul Garcia, reserve list, 5'11", 165 pounds, 26 years old, 10.8 points, 1.8 rebounds, 1.4 assists, 1 steal, 28% 3-point shooter, 73% free throw shooter in his 2024 MPBL 6th season averages. Shooting guards: Jeremiah Gray, 6'5", 205 pounds, 29 years old, 2 points, 1.5 rebounds, 0.5 assists, 0.4 steals, 0.4 blocks, 10% 3-point shooter, 100% free throw shooter in his PBA 49th Philippine Cup averages. Maverick Ahanmisi, 6'2", 190 pounds, 34 years old, 5 points, 2 rebounds, 1.5 assists, 23% 3-point shooter, 70% free throw shooter in his PBA 49th Philippine Cup averages. Jason David, 6'2", 191 pounds, 28 years old, 3.5 points, 1.8 rebounds, 1.2 assists, 0.8 steals, 0.4 blocks, 48% 3-point shooter, 75% free throw shooter in his PBA 49th Philippine Cup averages. RJ Abarientos, rising star, 5'10", 187 pounds, 26 years old, 13.6 points, 3.4 rebounds, 4.6 assists, 0.8 steals, 0.2 blocks, 36% 3-point shooter, 93% free throw shooter in his PBA 49th Philippine Cup averages. Small forwards: Von Pesumal, 6'2", 185 pounds, 32 years old, 1.8 points, 1 rebound, 0.8 assist, 25% 3-point shooter, 50% free throw shooter in his PBA 49th Philippine Cup averages. Aljon Mariano, 6'3", 175 pounds, 33 years old, 0.5 points, 1 rebound, 0.2 assist, 16 field goal percentage, 50% free throw shooter in his PBA 49th Philippine Cup averages. Stephen Holt, star player, 6'4", 195 pounds, 33 years old, 12.9 points, 5.3 rebounds, 2.9 assists, 0.6 steals, 0.1 block, 36% 3-point shooter, 89% free throw shooter in his PBA 49th Philippine Cup averages. Power forwards: Rabko, 6'4", 210 pounds, 28 years old, 0.8 points, 2 rebounds, 1.6 assists, 0.2 blocks, 21% 3-point shooter in his PBA 49th Philippine Cup averages. Japet Aguilar, veteran star, 6'9", 235 pounds, 38 years old, 14.3 points, 6.6 rebounds, 1.4 assists, 0.3 steals, 1.1 blocks, 55 field goal percentage, 72% free throw shooter in his PBA 49th Philippine Cup averages. Raymond Aguilar, 6'4", 200 pounds, 40 years old, 1.8 points, 0.8 rebounds, 0.3 assists, 0.2 blocks, 44 field goal percentage, 75% free throw shooter in his PBA 49th Philippine Cup averages. Mike Phillips, PBA draft target this PBA 50th draft, 6'8", 220 pounds, 23 years old, 15.5 points, 11.5 rebounds, 1.5 assists, 1.7 steals, 1.5 blocks, 50 field goal percentage, 60% free throw shooter in his UAAP 87 season averages. Centers, Ben Adamos, 6'7", 200 pounds, 29 years old, 1.8 points, 0.9 rebounds, 0.3 assists, 0.3 blocks, 60 field goal percentage, 5.5 minutes per game in his PBA 49th Philippine Cup averages. Troy Rosario, star player, 6'7", 218 pounds, 33 years old, 11.2 points, 6.7 rebounds, 2.4 assists, 0.3 steals, 26% 3-point shooter, 62% free throw shooter in his PBA 49th Philippine Cup averages. Isaac Go, injured list, 6'7", 230 pounds, 29 years old, 5.5 points, 3.7 rebounds, 0.5 assists, 0.5 blocks, 25% 3-point shooter, 60% free throw shooter in his last PBA 49th Governor's Cup averages. Kai Balungay, trade target this PBA 50th season, 6'7", 205 pounds, 23 years old, 16.1 points, 9.8 rebounds, 1.1 assist, 0.6 steals, 0.5 blocks, 62 field goal percentage, 63% free throw shooter in his PBA 49th Philippine Cup averages. Ito ang official and updated projected complete lineup ng Brgy Ginebra para sa PBA 50th season. Sa tingin niyo mga kababos, sino kaya sa mga natitirang players ng Ginebra ang ititrade nila para makuha si Kai Balungay next PBA season? I-comment nyo na po yan sa baba.